And this is where my life took a different direction. I went on this quest on this show called Success in Your City. So my wife and I right there, this is my wife, and today, we went to Puerto Rico 2 years ago. So actually, coming up June 9th, that's her birthday. We were in Puerto Rico 2 years ago before the big hurricane hit, and we said, what are we going to do next? And I had saw an article by Mark Cuban that said, live in 5 cities before you're 25. And I thought, that's cool and all. And I'm like, honey, what if we travel next year, live in 12 cities in 12 months? And I'm like, if we don't do it now, we're not going to do it. Like you say, sometime later, like later becomes never. And I said, why don't we film a show on it too? And I kind of like pushed that in, like film a show on it. She didn't like doing videos as much as me. So we made that decision. After we flew back to Puerto Rico, we were living at Florida at the time. We had this idea, and that was our 12 cities we were going to go in. Yeah, I know. So we had 12 cities picked out. It was like 4 months later, we did a mini tour in October, where it was actually the month. On October 13th is when I proposed to her. October 14th was the premiere of Think and Grow Rich: The Legacy. October 15th was when we found out our TV show Ambitious Adventures had an Emmy nomination. And October, the next day, 16th, I'm forgetting now, was when I got to interview Lewis Howes and build a relationship with him. He was somebody that I always looked up to, and one day I said, I want to interview him. Now we're in a movie together and friends. And that all happened in that time frame. And all these successes came, and I thought, what is success? What is it? Because you get the money, it's not going to fulfill you alone. You get the accolades, that's not going to fulfill you alone. You got to figure out what your own version of success is. Love, it's fulfillment, doing what you love. And that whole question of what is success led us on this journey to figure out what it was, to travel the country and interview people. So I'm about to share with you as we get to the end of this, I'm going to share with you what I've learned from some interesting people on the TV show that's going to be releasing this fall. So the first one is Shea Hillenbrand, two-time All-Star, MLB player. He made $20 million in his career. He left the game at the peak. He went and bought a zoo. No joke. He bought a zoo, and within 3 years, he lost all his money. His wife left him. He was living out his van. He was suicidal, asking God to take his life. He took a bunch of sleeping pills. And he woke up, he said he saw the light on him. And he said all he could think about was his horse. He had a horse. And his horse had been sold or something. And that horse, he figured out, he reached out to figure out where that horse was. And he found the person who had his horse. And the person that had his horse was this lady. That lady is his wife today. Isn't that crazy? The power of belief and faith. And what I learned from Shea is, don't let your identity get caught up in something. So many athletes let their identity get caught up in the sport, and when they leave, they don't know what to do. So many people, when they have a business and they sell it. 2 months ago, I sold a family ice business. I've been in my family my entire life. It was a transition. It was hard for me to let go of something that was a part of me, but I knew if I didn't let go, I wasn't going to be able to be opened up to the opportunity to win amazing opportunities for my TV show. Sometimes you gotta let go of the past. You gotta let go of things to get better things into your life. Shea, the lesson learned is don't let your identity get caught up in things, and use your past. He uses past to help other people. He now speaks across the country. The next one, a family in Austin, Texas. We were in Austin, Texas, and we met a great family they started their real estate business out of a closet. They were sweeping floors, and they were working. They're working their way up. Now they have a real estate empire. They're like top 5 in Austin, and they have this nonprofit called Kane Cares, where they use a percentage of the homes they sell, and they use it to renovate homes in need. And actually on the show, we renovate a home. Elderly couple, we go in, it's like extreme makeover. Like we literally go in, like 40 of us, and we help these people. And Samantha and I realized, we're like, whoa, this is what life's about. You know, 2 weeks before filming, I'll be authentic, real with you and share. And be real, like a lot of people don't like to share their failures. I just got done with almost a lawsuit in business. I had to buy a business partner out. I had some things kind of go south on me. You know, this roller coaster ride of entrepreneurship. I was on my last dollar. And we had this show, and my wife and I are in this hotel. We were eating hot dogs and ramen noodles because we've been to the last. I spent a lot of money on the first episode, and we didn't have any money left. And my banker, every day, would send me an email. He's like, Brandon, these are bouncing. What's happening? And I thought of thinking, Rich, just keep going. I was in one of my lowest moments again. And that's when I felt like I felt God. I found him, I was praying, I'm like, tell me something here. Like, my wife is gonna kill me. Like, we wanna go home, we don't know what we're gonna do, but we kept going. Literally, within 48 hours of that lowest moment, we had a sponsor come in, and then I had another deal go through that made me more money in that deal than I had made in the whole previous year. The lesson learned is you just gotta keep going. You don't know, you just gotta keep going. You gotta pray, you gotta push forward. And if we wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't be able to share these stories. We went on to David France, a guy in Boston, Massachusetts. The guy was homeless, sleeping behind an aquarium during the day. He was doing meetings with billionaires at night. And, oh, I had that backwards, sleeping in an aquarium at night. I don't know, vice versa. Insomnia. But this guy was homeless. He had nothing. But he wasn't willing to give up. He wanted to create an orchestra for the youth. He ended up getting 28 violins donated. He got a space donated. He got people to donate their time. He created this orchestra. He didn't let his current situation define him. He pushed through, and now he's a TEDx speaker. He has an award-winning orchestra. And I just talked to him a few days ago. He was speaking in front of 4,000 people at this commencement and graduation. This guy is very successful. And what I learned from him is you can do a lot with a little. Don't make excuses. He had nothing. But he used what he had, and he made it work. My wife, she inspires me so much. I cannot wait until our show gets out. At 14 years old, my wife got introduced to meth. At 14 years old, she got addicted to meth. Some guy said, try it, and she wanted to fit in. For a year, her life was a whirlwind. Somehow, I pray to God and thank him that she got out when she rolled into an 8-year abusive relationship. A very wicked relationship. She lost who she was. She lived hell. And one day, she said, this is enough. And she packed her bags, and she drove away, and she never looked back, and she has yet to see him again. For all you women out there that are dealing with something, just know you can get out of it. You can keep going. You deserve better. You deserve better. She's now using her story to fuel other people's future. She's using her story. It's hard for her to share this. Telling her story to help other women. Use your past, use your story to fuel your future. A lot of energy and just like boom. Country singer. Who's a musician in here? Who's an actor? Let me tell you something. Yeah, I like that. We're going to talk later, by the way. I look at actors, I look at musicians, and I've coached a lot of musicians. I love it because I enjoy music. Because I wasn't very gifted in the singing platform. You heard the other night. But Phaedra, she's from Wisconsin. She literally went all in on achieving her goal, her dream. And she went to Nashville, and she played on Broadway. And what she did is after playing on Broadway, she now is like taking her album to the market and bringing it to the masses. But she went all in. People told her not to, but she did it. So Phaedra will go, the thing I learned is go all in, go after your dreams. Now I'm going to share with you at the end here. This is the 5 cities we went to. We didn't get to 12, but we got to 5. We shot from the stars, Land on the Moon. And I'm going to end on a quick video of the show and then give you an ending quote. What is success? Some people say it's making a lot of money. Or coming up with that one great idea. But what if it's something more?
Hard work, perseverance, and dedication.
I would have to say success to me is finding your purpose.
To me, to have success is to feel diligent and passionate about what you're doing, and you create a greater good.
Success to me is being at peace and fulfilling your passion and having that align with your personality.
I think success is being happy while still going after your dreams.
What if success is something more? What if it's helping others find their purpose? That's what we're here to find out.
My name is Brandon, and this is my fiance, Samantha.
We have one goal, to define what it means to be a success in work, in life, and in love.
So I'll go back to, for me, success to master my craft and use my talents to help as many people as possible. Through inspiration, motivation, education, through the power of speaking, podcasting, online education, masterminds, events, my TV show. I say this every single day. My wife and our success is to help more people, to help them figure out what success means to them, and doing it through our TV show. That is what our success is, so I bring it back to you. What is success to you? The sooner you figure out what success is to you, your own version, we all have our own versions. Whatever your own version of success is, I want you to go out and achieve it. And this quote that I say every day by Napoleon Hill, I say it, I live it, I believe it, I become it. Whatever your mind conceives and believes, your mind achieves, and whatever you think about the most is what you become. I'll say it again. Whatever the mind conceives and believes, the mind achieves. Whatever you think about the most is what you become. You conceive it, you believe it, you achieve it. And I want you all to go out there, create something great, and become unforgettable, because life is too short not to. I'm Brendan T. Adams. Thanks for having me, everybody.